Chakra Meditation. I am going to walk you through some of the major energy centers in our bodies so that you can amplify your energy, your aura, and beam light, especially during times like we're going through right now. I think that if we can serve to be beacons of light in our communities, it's a nice thing. All right, so let's begin. Go ahead and take a comfortable cross-legged seat. I am sitting on a cushion at the edge of it so that my hips are elevated. You want your hips to be at least in line with your knees. And then palms are face down with a gentle bend in the elbows. First, you want to root into your sit bones. So really kind of notice how you're seated from right to left, forward, and back, and see if you can find center. And it might be very different than a habit you may have in your body. And then the crown of your head, you want to reach up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and gently close your eyes so perhaps the slit of light is coming through them. And begin to breathe deeply, taking in really nice deep belly breaths, letting your body expand as you inhale. And then really emptying as you exhale. I recently made a video instructing on Ujjayi breath. If you want to watch it and then incorporate it, unless of course you already know it. So again, if you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, perhaps you incorporate it at this time. Otherwise, deep belly breathing is just fine. And as you begin to go inward, first just scan your physical body. Notice any areas of tension, tightness, discomfort. Maybe you have certain aches and pains that are very common, or maybe there's something new and generally you feel good, and right now there's somewhere that is being triggered. And then see if you can bring a couple really nice deep inhales to those areas or that area in your body. And then from here, bring the focus to the bottom of your torso, to the base of your pelvis. We call this our root chakra. It's the energy center associated with our foundation. It's also associated with our sense of safety, stability, kind of our sense of belonging in this world. And I think during a pandemic, we are kind of challenged in this energy center. Things are being questioned. There is fear arising. So we're going to strengthen this area first by imagining red light emanating from the bottom of our torso. This is the color associated with the root chakra. And you also contract your pelvic floor muscles, a Kegel exercise. Continue to contract. And maybe you imagine the contraction kind of running all the way up through your body so that you really feel elevated. You're going to gently release the contraction. And so we've gently brought attention, awareness, and energy to this area. Perhaps you give yourself the mantra, I am safe. We'll go through a few different mantras. A mantra is something that we repeat over and over to help us get into a meditative state. And then in our bodies, we travel upward to the sacral chakra. This is in the area between your sacrum, your belly button, and you can imagine orange light emanating from this area of your body, far beyond your physical body. So it starts in the center and it beams outward. If you're a child of the 80s like I am, perhaps you imagine the Care Bears beaming light when I describe these energy centers and the light beaming from them. This chakra is associated with our sense of fluidity, creativity, sensuality, pleasure. It's a very feminine chakra, unlike the root, which is a masculine chakra. And so for this one, maybe we bring a little movement into the body. Let's go ahead and give a nice stretch to our head, neck, and shoulders. Go ahead and exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, bring one of your ears towards the shoulder on the same side. And really just hang out here, letting your neck stretch. Maybe roll your shoulders back, breathe. When you're ready, you're going to complete your rotation. Inhales to reach your head up and exhales to bring your head down. And you want to do at least 3 on each side or going in each direction. So inhale to lift and exhale to come down. And as you're ready, you'll reverse. Maybe for the first one, you just hang out and just feel the stretch in the neck. Breathe. Make sure you're rolling your shoulders back. And then continue to reach back and come down. A couple more inhales to lift and exhales to come down. So we brought movement, and then eventually you bring your chin back to center and parallel to the floor. And continue to feel a lengthening. So sacral chakra was down by our belly button and our sacrum. And we just brought movement into the body because it's part of fluidity. It's part of that, the qualities of that chakra. And now maybe the mantra that you repeat internally for this area is, I experience pleasure without guilt. So even though we are going through some trying times, what little indulgence can you give yourself so that you can feel kind of good to be able to beam that outward? And then we travel upward to the solar plexus. So if you feel around for your ribs, you can find your floating ribs and then walk your fingers towards the center and then go inward so you're in the center of your body there, sort of in the middle of our backs, and this is the solar plexus. You want to imagine a beautiful sun, yellow sun, beaming from this area in all directions. And this is our chakra, our energy center associated with our sense of power, self-confidence, personal power and self-confidence, finding a beautiful balance between our soul and our egos. It's in the center kind of those energies. So how can you find a beautiful balanced confidence by bringing attention to this area? Breathe. And perhaps the mantra, and when I say perhaps, it's because you might have your own personal mantras for these energy centers, or just a mantra that you're repeating to yourself. Either way is fine. So perhaps the mantra for this area is, I am confident. Oftentimes, especially with women, we can be really hard on ourselves, so maybe just embrace that statement. And then slowly you travel upward to your heart center. So this is like the center of the universe, the center of the main kind of all the energy centers. You imagine green light emanating from your heart center, just beaming in all directions. So I guess when I was talking about the Care Bears earlier, I meant a Care Bear that beams from all sides of its body, not just the front center. And then so the energy center, this energy center is associated with your ability to truly love, to have compassion. So love of self and love of others, to have trust, to have the ability to forgive, to let go. There's a lot for this energy center, and there's a lot of us out there, myself included, that are very heart-centered. We can come across as very emotional and sensitive. It's partly because we are, but there's a real beauty in kind of letting your heart literally lead the way, listening to your heart. This is, it's an important energy center to have open and flowing with energy, so that you can be in touch with your intuition, which we're going to get to in a later upper chakra. So heart center, you're breathing really nice and deep into the center of your chest, beaming green light. And the mantra for this center is, I am love. For some it can be, I am loved. But I say I am love so that you can embody the quality of love towards yourself. What kind of self-care can you do to bring you back to your center? I have a 1-year-old, and it's really important for me to have grounding practices so that I can bring my all to him. And those practices and ways can be different for each of us, and it takes understanding your mind, your body, your soul to be able to give yourself what you need. So even partaking in this practice today helps you kind of get a step closer to that. So I am love, breathing nice and deep, maybe giving our bodies a little scan. Can we lengthen our spine? Can we roll our shoulders back and just find center. If you want to change the cross of your legs, if you are cross-legged like I am, you can go ahead and do so. And then from here, you're going to bring the energy to your throat. Our throat chakra is associated, well, first of all, the color is blue, so you're emanating blue from your throat in all directions. This is our energy center associated with our ability to communicate our truth. So it takes authenticity, really knowing yourself, and also speaking in a way that is true for you. So it's a very powerful one. Breathe into it. It's associated with self-expression. And the mantra for this energy center for today, as a suggestion, is I am truth. Nice deep breaths. Check in. Have you wandered off somewhere in your mind? That's okay, it happens. Can you come back to the present? We can often flee to thoughts of the past, thoughts of the future, putting us in states at extremes of depression and anxiety. So can we be present through the breath, through connecting with our body, through amplifying our energy centers? So we bring our attention and awareness to our third eye chakra. It is kind of in the middle of the forehead, behind the forehead again, in the center, and you emanate violet light from this area. This is our energy center associated with vision, powerful vision, with intuition, and just with being able to see past layers, past the surface, past veils, past masks. This world that we live in is not always showing its vulnerable truth. People don't, and stories don't, and it's okay. Not everybody has to be super deep all the time or super open, super vulnerable. But because of that, we need the ability to discern what is really there. And we can first begin with ourselves, being really in touch, in tune. When you are able to tap into a powerful connection with your intuition, there is so much ease and trust in life, in this world. So see if you can really amplify the energy of this chakra, the third eye. And the mantra for today is I see clearly. We travel upward. This next chakra is past our physical body, above our heads, the crown. It's the most spiritual of the chakras. It's part of our spirit, our soul. And as we open up the energy flow in the lower chakras, we enhance the sparkly, kind of shiny, beautiful white light that emanates from the crown. Here we are completely connected to who we really are. This is a chakra, a place of complete bliss, complete acceptance, complete love, complete beauty, complete truth. And as you light up this chakra, the light that surrounds you, your aura, which is powered by the brightness of the chakras, your aura starts to beam and shine. So some of us have auras that are as large as this universe, and others have really dim light that surrounds them. When you do energy work, soul work, you can tap into brightening your aura. There's so much more associated with each chakra that can help to brighten the aura, and I'm actually writing a book about this, and so I'll share more about that as that continues, as that process, as that journey continues. But for now, just know that through bringing the attention and awareness to these areas, you are amplifying your aura. So perhaps with eyes closed, you imagine kind of being in this bright, shimmery bubble of light that can expand as large as this universe. And then the beauty here is to recognize that we all have light. Whether big or small, we all have light, and this light is made up of the same stuff. So this is how we're all connected. And when you can feel your light expand, when you can feel your light connecting to the light of others, those places you go to, those thoughts can help to heal the world. So the microcosm of ourself, as we work on ourselves, we can light up the macrocosm of the world. We are a reflection of the world. From here, bring your hands together at heart center. We'll have a closing chant of Om to close this chakra journey practice. And perhaps you refer to the video again and again to pick up on different things that maybe I mention, or to listen through one time and then the second time just do the breathing with eyes closed and the visualization and the repeating of the mantras. Use it however you would like. My intention is to share and spread light and love and beauty. So we'll chant Om on our exhale. Inhale. Om. Namaste. The light inside of me honors and bows down to the light inside of you. May you all be well, be safe, and remember how much power you have to spread energy in this world. So let it be good and